think that one thing, by the way, what's up, people? Welcome back. I think that one thing we we all face as people who are trying to do something extraordinary is that since it's a path that's not taken as often, it feels lonely and it feels filled with a lot of doubt. And I don't mean lonely in the sense that like you don't have anybody there for you, because obviously we all have people rooting for us, right? Um, and sometimes even people rooting against us. But we have people there. It's just that there's not a template. There's not a roadmap as much for what you're trying to do. And I'm not sitting here acting like what I'm trying to do is something similar to like what Elon Musk is doing or anything like that, anything of that nature. But what I'm doing is not the typical route for people. Most people go to school, they work in their accounting job for a while, they go Big Four, and then they drop down to a smaller firm, work there for another 8 years, and then they finally decide maybe I'll go solo, and by that point they're like 35. But I think that what I'm doing that's different is I'm skipping all that. I'm saying, why would I wait when I know that this is what I want to do? And I think that's such an important lesson that we all need to take to heart and learn and just be confident in ourselves doing things like that. I mean, think about the word extraordinary. It's literally extraordinary. Like, you have to be extra. You have to be a special type of person to be extraordinary. And a lot of the times that means taking more risk, following that path, not even following that path, forging that path that's less traveled. So, I mean, once again, I don't mean to make it sound like I think I'm taking some sort of risk that is innovative or anything like that, but just that it's a path that is not traveled often. And so it's hard to find people to emulate. And so you have to learn to be comfortable with traveling the path and learning as you go. You can pick up bits and pieces here and there from different people, but overall you're going to have to be picking up your lessons on your own, picking up knowledge from your mistakes and things that you do. And there's a factor to being proactive about it and trying to shield yourself from that sort of issue, but there's only so much you can do. And I think that it's a battle of learning how to shield yourself from making those errors, but also knowing that they're going to happen and being prepared or best you can, being prepared best you can to handle those issues when they arise and not get down on yourself when they happen. And I think that's something that I'm dealing with right now as I'm going into this first tax season as having my own firm. It's like, hey, like, it's real. Like, you got to do it. And yeah, I could have planned better and waited to take on clients till after tax season, but either way, eventually I would have had to go through it. So I just kind of threw myself in the fire. And if I have an opportunity to take on two clients that are both quality clients, and I like them as people and like what they do, why would I turn them down? So yeah, people, I didn't mean to start the video out on a morbid note, but here we are. It's just, sometimes at night it gets like this, but You know, you can get as down on yourself as you want, but at the end of the day, the next morning, the sun's going to shine. So, all right. Got my tea. It's 8:45. Time to get back to work. So I'll catch up with y'all later. All right, people, what's up? It is Saturday, February 1st. We are headed out to go hit a lift with one of my buddies at his house. Got a busy day today. Got to do some work for the day job, sadly, but then also gonna try and do some progress towards my personal goals. So busy day, busy day. Might try and see some friends later, but we'll see, man. So I'm gonna go get this lift in, but just wanted to check in and let y'all know kind of what's going on here for Saturday. Can't find the best lighting, but yeah, gonna get this lift in. Then I gotta go get fitted for a tuxedo. And then yeah, pretty much the rest of the day is just gonna be working. So just another day at it, people. Let's get it. Tries guys, say what's up.
What's up, team? What's going on?
What's your message to the world?
Be grateful for every day. It's a beautiful world we live in.
That's a beautiful message.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm a big sniffer of the roses. So, yeah.
What are we talking about today?
We're drilling down some things on the pod. First episode outside of the pilot will be dropping here soon. Looking into the tenets of Stoicism. So you got like logic-based decision-making versus emotional-based decision-making and the power of each one and when to use each one effectively. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Just enjoying the warm day outside of the winter slumber that we've been in.
How does it feel to be the first friend featured on the YouTube channel?
Pretty honored, I guess I could say. I've technically already been on the YouTube channel, I guess. With our
I guess from the pod.
Yeah, so
first kind of documenting the Diary of a Founder episode with a friend in it.
Yes, I'm very honored to be witnessing the birth of who knows where this is just going to end up.
Greatness, the birth of greatness.
Yeah. It's exciting being at it's like a small first step for man situation, I guess you could say. We don't know where we're going to end up, but we'll be at the moon one day.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I love it.
Steve.
Yeah, so me and Chisler right now, we're chopping it up, hanging out. We're talking about getting him an LLC set up, and you know how that could save him money on taxes because he's starting to get into video editing. He might be starting to work with me, and he has another friend that creates content that he's going to be working with. So he's about to start working with both of us, and so I was telling him about the possibilities of tax deductions that he can take and how he can use that just even as a side business to kind of propel him to paying lower taxes. So trying to get my boy right, gotta share the knowledge elsewhere just to make sure that we got everybody covered. So we're taking care of that. You can see the boy's about to take some notes. We're gonna get the boy right. Ain't that right?
That's right, dude. Saving money one step at a time.
So yeah, me and Chaz are hanging out on this Sunday. We're gonna talk for a little bit longer, but I'll check back in with y'all later. So talk soon. All right, people. So checking in again. I am about to do my Bible study. It's Friday morning. About to do my Bible study, and I was just kind of thinking about some things this morning while I was at the gym. Fridays are typically more of a rest day for me, and so I was doing more mobility type stuff, abs, forearms, other accessory type work, just to give my body a bit of a rest but stay active. So right now that's kind of what my Fridays look like, my training regimen. But yeah, I was at the gym and I was just thinking about how
we're in a phase of the country and the world where it's like there is a major wealth separation gap that's about to be created. And so let me explain that. So for one, you have people who, so there's two ways that this is being created, in my opinion. So the first one is there's people who are satisfactory with just doing their day job, working for somebody, being in the rat race and just getting a easy paycheck, right? But then there's this mass amount of people that are diving into these side hustles and these online projects with very little startup cost, but the potential for incredible returns. And so I think it's creating a large gap between the people that even give an ounce of effort towards creating a life that they want versus the people that are just okay with the status quo. They're okay with just working for somebody. And I think that you could argue that that's always been around. I think it's always been something that is prevalent because obviously, people that strive for more are always going to outlast the people that don't. But I think that it's more prevalent in this generation because everyone starts on an even playing field because there's so little startup cost. So that's the first way that I think we are coming into this major wealth separation gap. The second thing is look at the crypto market. I mean, there's people who invest $100 in these meme coins, and within 5 minutes, they've turned it into a 10x, and they just keep repeating that. Now, of course, the success rate of that is not the highest, and people only show you their wins. They don't show you their many, many losses, but the point is that people are printing money so easily, and people are increasing their wealth so rapidly that it's just creating this gap of wealth between those who are doing it and those who are not. And, just now, as I'm speaking this and kind of, out loud journaling it, I kind of had the idea that it all goes back to who has the knowledge. Knowledge is always the power. It's always what drives financial success, monetary success, whatever you want to call it. Because those people that, whether they're getting lucky and just putting it on a random meme coin or random crypto coin, whatever, but regardless, it takes the knowledge of knowing how to do that and knowing that it's a possibility versus those that do not know and have no they don't know the opportunity exists for them to do it. So that's just something I've been thinking about today. It's just that I feel like in the coming years in America and possibly even the world, just because of how digitalized and, assuming that's a word, digitalized and just the ease to access the world on a global scale because of the internet and other technology, it's really creating this opportunity for a major separation between those who know and those who have knowledge of opportunities, not even knowledge of high level skills or anything like that, just people that have the knowledge of the opportunity. And yeah, that's just something I've been thinking about this morning. I think it's really, really interesting to think about how we could see a major shift from old money to new money just based off of the technology that is prevalent nowadays and the opportunities in front of us. So yeah, been a couple days since I checked in. I have to go, so three things actually. Tonight I'm going to a charity event with some of my friends. I like to stay in, I like to grind, but at some point you gotta, for bigger events like this, you gotta just go enjoy your life. If you're working 24/7 and never enjoying the fruits of your labor, then what's it all for? So yeah, gonna go do that tonight with some friends, look all spiffy in a tuxedo. But yeah, it'll be a good time. Wedding shower tomorrow for another one of my friends. So busy social weekend. And then on Sunday, I'm supposed to be featured on a podcast, the Jack Hayes podcast. I believe it's called The Weekly Prophet. So I'll definitely be looking forward to that on Sunday. And then on Monday through Friday, I'm actually traveling to New York. So yeah, that'll be a different experience. It's for my day job. It'll be a good experience, but it's going to likely trap me in the office for 13 hours a day because that's just how they work up there. So not really looking forward to that, but you'll be able to see the raw reality of what it's like to work for Big Four in New York for a week. So yeah, lots of things planned, people. I'm about to do my Bible study, like I said, get in the Word, and yeah, I'll check back in with y'all later. All right, people, what's up? It is Sunday the 9th. Just got back from church, ate some lunch, and now I've been prepping for going on my first podcast. So yeah, today I am getting featured on a podcast for the first time. So excited about that. Excited for the opportunity just to speak the knowledge that I've been working to gain and hoping so that I can help others, at the end of the day, that's all I want to do is just help other people learn how to grow their wealth. And so, yeah, I think this podcast is going to be fun. It's going to be a great opportunity for me. I'm excited because it's my first one, but yeah, great start to the morning. So just ready for this podcast and hoping I crush it, hoping I'm able to give value to everybody that'll help them in their business ventures in their life so that they can, avoid paying more of what everyone's number one expense is in their life, which is taxes. So about to go do this. I'll catch up with y'all later, and yeah, excited. Let's go. All right, people. So I got some good news and I got some bad news. So the good news is the podcast went great. Felt like it was a very productive conversation. Felt like I was able to share a lot of tax knowledge, which was what Jack said that he wanted. And yeah, so I thought it went well. The bad news is my recordings didn't work. So his version of the podcast worked for sure. That's all good. But I was trying to get some behind the scenes clips just of like me talking and all that. But it didn't record. So it's his life. But yeah, man, the podcast went great. So I'm excited for that. First time on a podcast. So kind of interesting to go on somebody's podcast and you're an authority on a subject. It kind of helps. It validates your own opinions on your knowledge, right? Because you're getting to share it with hundreds and hundreds of other people. So yeah, it was just a really cool experience. But yeah, man, so I think I mentioned it earlier in this video, I have to go to New York this week for the day job. So I'm about to start packing for that. Got to get all my business clothes for the week packed up, get ready to go to New York. Flight is tomorrow at 11. So got to do that. But yeah, that'll be the most of the night. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I genuinely don't even know if I'll watch the Super Bowl. I'm not one of those guys that's like too cool to watch sports or anything. I just don't really love the NFL, but might throw it on while they eat or something, but we'll see. So yeah, just gonna do that, get to some work as per usual, and yeah, man, podcast went great. So number 1 in the books. Hopefully I'll be asked to come back or maybe on some other podcast, but we'll see in the future. So gonna get to packing and I'll catch up with y'all later. All right, people, so it's been like 3 seconds for y'all, but for me, I've been packing, getting ready to go. So I'm actually going to end off the video here. I feel like it's starting to run kind of long, and I feel like the chapter of the week closing kind of makes it a good time to go to the next video. So yeah, probably going to leave it off here, but give y'all a little reading update. So currently reading The Power of Habit So, I always am trying to get more knowledge from people that, have experienced more life than me. So, yeah, we're doing that, and it's a good book. I've liked it so far. It talks about the science of building habits and the loop that we go through as humans that develop our habits. So, really interesting book. But yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna end off the video here. So I hope y'all enjoyed another episode of me documenting my journey, diary of a founder, whatever I want to call it. I don't even know. I keep switching it, I feel like. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope y'all all, as always, take something from it, whether it be knowledge that I'm sharing with y'all, or just inspiration to document your own journey, or just even start your own journey towards the life that you want to have. So that's all from me, people. I'm gonna get back to packing, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.